everyone. I am excited we're back. I hope everybody enjoyed their 7 day break. It didn't feel like a break to me. It went by so fast and I was still working. But yeah, I'm a little salty. I'm a little salty. But we're back. And we're going to be learning about puppets and magical dolls. Okay, and this is the book that we will be referencing from. This is one of the first magical books that I got. And I'm telling you, when I decided to get it, I was terrified. But some stuff you're just going to have to do with your knees shaking. All right. So my knees were shaking, but I put it in my Amazon cart and whoop, there it is. Okay. And fell in love with it. So this book is by Lucia Starza, and it's called Pagan Portals, Puppets, and Magical Dolls. Dolls for spell work, witchcraft, and seasonal celebrations. Okay. How you doing, Mr. James? How you doing? We're not going to be here long because we got to be back at 8:30. All right. If you go to chapter, it's the introduction that we're going to go through tonight. And it's just a few pages long. I'm going to read it verbatim. Very, very short. All right. So I'm going to chime us in. I don't even have my incense burning, y'all. It's been a busy day. And I just want to thank everybody for supporting my Zodiac videos. Because of those, I've gained 200 new subscribers. Yeah, 8:30. I'll be back. Because I missed this one last night. Y'all know I have to keep up on it. You know, I like to be accountable. And then we'll be back for chapter 1. But right now we're going to do introduction and go from there. All right. Yeah, but thank y'all for subscribing to my channel. And it's really, really been challenging doing the Zodiac. Because that energy, oh my gosh, that's a powerful, powerful demonstration of divination. You're reading the energies and flipping the cards and let the cards do what they do. It's really stretching my spiritual muscles. Okay, so I'm going to be the Incredible Hulk in the spirit after a while. Yes, up to Capricorn. Yes. And I'm thinking about finishing out tonight because I do not want to do it tomorrow night. I don't. So I think I'm going to just finish up. I got two more to go. And I think I can do it tonight. Because tomorrow I just want to chill and watch the numbers and answer people and respond. It's a lot. Okay. So let's chime in and we're going to go through the introduction and we're going to be back at 8:30. Okay. Let's change this crystal. We're going to clear the energy, clear quartz. Here we go. I love that. It really helps me when I'm tired. I'll be like, ooh. Okay, so here's the book again so y'all can get a good look at it. All right. And we're going to go through the introduction. All right. The oldest type of magic. Anyone who puts a fairy on top of their Yule tree. I know I'm saying it wrong. It's a certain way you say that. Yule tree. Is employing doll magic to guard their home as well as to bring enchantment into the house in the depths of winter. Although in England and America, that specific tradition of tree dressing might be relatively recent. Dolls, effigies, and images of people, animals, spirits, and deities have been used for magical purposes since very early times. The oldest dolls discovered by archaeologists were probably not considered children's toys by the societies that made them. Models of human and animal figures were used for religious, ritual, and cultural purposes by ancient people. In fact, image magic is prehistoric. Y'all got that? This was way before any of our time. This has been going on. Cave paintings might have been used for this, although we have no way of knowing for sure. The earliest humanoid figurine discovered is that of a lion-headed person. It is an ivory sculpture discovered in the Holstein-Stadel, a German cave, in 1939. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna still get the pronunciation so I can, because I'm learning to pronounce these words right. I can't be on here messing up all the time. I got to get myself in order. Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, so the earliest known entirely human figure is the Venus of Hohle Fels, Hohle space Fels. It is an upper Paleolithic shit figurine of a woman made of mammoth ivory. Listen, y'all. All right. So dated between 35,000 and 40,000 years old. That's a long ass time. It is one of many early three-dimensional depictions of female forms found throughout Europe and into Siberia. It isn't known exactly what purpose each figurine served, but theories that they were used for fertility magic or represented an ancient goddess or venerated matriarchal ancestor resonate. Anyway, it come from your mama now. By the time of the Egyptian and the Mesopotamian civilizations, they playing games with me. They playing games with me, y'all. Image magic was undeniably big business. One of the oldest spells recorded on a Mesopotamian clay tablet from the second millennium BCE, okay, is a healing spell that involves creating a clay effigy. It is a cure for dog bite, according to Professor Owen Davies in the Oxford Illustrated History of Magic and Witchcraft. Ooh, I may need to get that. I may need to get that book, y'all. You ever heard of that, Mr. James? The Oxford Illustrated History of Magic and Witchcraft? All right, so the spell instructs you to take some clay, rub it on the wound, and then use it to form a small model of the dog. Say a short incantation over the clay figurine, then leave it on an outside wall facing the sun to dry and crumble. As that happens, so will the wound dry up. Today, of course, I recommend going to A&E if you get bitten by a dog. And as first aid, I'll probably suggest covering the wound with a sterilized bandage rather than clay. But I do believe a little complementary magic can help the healing process, and effigy spells can still be an important part of that. Yeah, it does sound good. It sounds really good. The ancient Egyptians believed that all statues, images, and figurines contained something of the spirit of what they represented. One example is the Ushabti. Ushabti. Y'all look. Ushabti. Or answerers, which were small figurines representing servants intended to do the bidding of important people in whose tombs they were buried. Greek and Roman children did have dolls, although they were often more than just playthings. Young girls made clothes for their dolls and on marrying dedicated them to a deity, often a Greek goddess, Artemis, or her Roman equivalent, Diana. Magical effigies were also used in other ways in Greco-Roman practice. According to Martin Duffy, author of Effigy of Graven Image and Holy Idol, Colossi were small dolls. Let me spell that. Colossi, sorry, I don't know. Kollossoi. Kollossoi were small dolls used for ritual purposes, often curses. They were named for a victim, melted or broken, and then taken to a cemetery where the spirits of the restless dead will intercede on the magician's behalf to give them what they desire. Oh, I just got chills. I'm sorry, y'all. That kind of effed me up a little bit. Don't mess with us. Y'all better be nice to us on this channel. We learning some shit. That thing is real. I felt this in my... Ooh. Is that the spirit telling me I'm going to need to do some shit like this? That thing just got hot in my back. Woo. Okay. I felt that. Felt like an impartation. Oh my God. All right. This technique traveled to Britain and is possibly the origins of folk magic traditions using effigies in this country. The title of this book includes the term poppet. I want y'all to really listen to this, which is a word used in traditional English magic. It comes from the Middle English poppet, P-O-P-E-T, meaning a small child or doll, and since medieval times could refer to a small human figure employed in witchcraft and sorcery, as well as for children's toys. According to Martin Duffy, the earliest mention of the word poppet in England is in 10th century charter, in which a widow and her son were charged and had their land confiscated for putting an iron nail in an effigy. Wow. The root of the word is the Latin pupa, P-U-P-A, meaning a baby girl, and it's also an early form of the term puppet. That's a lot going into this. All right. It is the word I was taught to use when I was training in the craft, and it is one I like. After all, a poppet is a name of an endearment, meaning a sweet little thing, often used for a favorite child. While I create a magical doll, it is some ways like a little child to me, although one made of fabric, wood, clay, wax, or other things than flesh and blood. Dolls are still a commonly crafted item for use in sympathetic magic, following the idea that things that look like something have a sympathetic and symbolic connection to that thing. Created in the likeness of individuals, dolls can be used to represent them in spells to help, heal, or harm. Right, that part. Yeah, it just gave me, I feel it. You are so right, Mr. James. Don't get me started. Okay. This book is about the many ways in which dolls can be used in magic, how to make them, enchant them, and employ them in modern witchcraft, as well as offering an overview of folk customs. In simple terms, when casting spells, you generally either create a mental picture of what is it that you want to happen and put energy into that to make it so in the real world. Or you could create a physical object or to represent your desired effect, and a magical doll is one of the best and most time-honored ways of doing that. All right? You might be wondering why I've not so far mentioned the term voodoo doll. Well, I have now, and I'll later go into more detail, but I will explain here why it isn't my preferred phrase. It is a common misconception that a principal element of voodoo or hoodoo is sticking pins into dolls as a curse. That misconception comes from 20th century books and films by white Americans and Europeans who didn't fully understand the tradition. The term puppet is older and less associated with cultural appropriation, especially if used by an English witch like myself. Another popular misconception is that puppets are only used as focus for cursing. This is most certainly not the case. Although our ancestors were not averse to sticking pins into an effigy of someone they disliked with the intention of causing them harm, as can be seen from objects in places such as the Museum of Witchcraft and Magic in Cornwall. There are plenty of examples of puppets being used for helpful magic, such as healing, including the Mesopotamian dog bite spell. Modern witches use puppets to help bring all sorts of benefits to their lives and to the lives of others. Whether you want to attract love, wealth, or happiness, or are planning for exam success, a new job, a home move, a happy marriage, a baby, or the best results from a medical procedure, puppet magic can complement your actions in the mundane world to achieve your desire. We're talking about curses too, as they are part of a traditional witchcraft, even if you personally choose never to use them. Figurines and effigies are, of course, a huge part of many spiritual and religious practices beyond sympathetic magic. They can help us visualize gods and goddesses, ancestors, and other beings from mythology in order to petition them or honor them in rituals and, like I think it's Yule tree fairy. They have a role in seasonal celebrations and festivals. Dolls are certainly not just for children. For witches, they can be our companions in magic and protectors of our homes, symbolize the god and goddess on our altars, and be practical tools for casting spells. The one thing puppets are not are toys. Always take magical practices seriously. It is fine to try out puppet making to learn more about it, but never do it just for fun. As the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. Oh, we get into it. And when we come back at 8:30, we're going to be talking about dolls our mothers gave us. And that's a short chapter as well. And I'm going to write down and get the pronunciation of some of these words I miss because I want to be better. And I also want to make sure I'm teaching it the right way. So that's it. We'll be back at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone. And we're going to go right into our next lesson. All right. I'm signing out. Ashe. See y'all in a little bit. Bye-bye.